Hi, this is Stephen Johnson with WordPress and today we're installing WordPress at Bluehost using the standard WordPress installer. This installation method takes a few extra steps, but you'll get a much better knowledge of how WordPress works. Don't worry, it's not too bad. So let's go ahead and get started.
Before you begin, you will need a Bluehost account, which goes without saying. You also then need your domain name and the password supplied to you from Bluehost. And you will also need your DNS configured, which just means you need to have your domain name pointed towards the Bluehost servers. If you're not familiar with how to do this, you can contact Bluehost technical support and they'll be happy to help you out. Step 1, download WordPress. Here we want to go to wordpress.org/download and get the latest version of WordPress. At the time of this recording, the latest version is WordPress 3.2.1. In the future, the number will be something higher, and you want to make sure that you get the most recent and most current version of WordPress. Step 2, go to Bluehost control panel to log in. You want to go to bluehost.com, look in the upper right-hand corner, and click Control Panel Login. Step 3, log into the Bluehost control panel. Now you want to enter in your domain name and the password associated with your account and click Login. Step 4, go to File Manager. Scroll down and look for the File section, and then underneath that you'll see File Manager. Click this. Now the File Manager directory selection box will pop out. You want to select Web Root or public HTML/www and then select Go. Step 5, use the File Manager to upload your WordPress package. First, you want to verify that you're in the public HTML folder. This is the top level folder. Next, you want to click Upload, and in the Upload window, you will click Choose File or Browse, select your install package, the one that we just downloaded, and then click Open. The next part is to highlight the uploaded package. This will be back in the File Manager screen after using the upload window. Now click Extract, and there should not be any files except the CGI bin folder and the directory you want to install to. Now we want to double click the newly created WordPress folder. Optionally, you can upload all these files via FTP if you're familiar with how to do that. Showing you how to upload files is outside the scope of this tutorial. Step 6, move the files into the root directory. Now we want to select all while you're in the WordPress directory, then click Move File. You will now see a pop-up screen. In the pop-up screen, delete the word WordPress after public HTML and click the Move Files. Note, this moves your WordPress installation into the main domain or the root directory of the website. If you want to keep the installation in a subfolder, you can simply leave the folder and the files the way they are, or rename WordPress folder to any other name that you like. Step 7, go to the MySQL database creation screen. Now back in the Bluehost control panel, on the cPanel tab, we want to scroll down till you see Databases, and underneath there you'll see the MySQL database icon. Go ahead and click this. Step 8, create the MySQL database and user. First, you want to enter your database name where it says New Database, and then click Create Database. Now we want to create our new database user by entering your database username and the password that goes along with this. As a note, it is worth having a different password than any other passwords you have associated with your website. It's just a good move for security, so if somebody gets one password, they won't have them all. Once you have your username and password entered in, go ahead and click Create User. Now we want to add the user to the database, so select your user ID and the database and then click Add. You will now be asked what privileges you want to give this user. Now you want to check all privileges and click Make Changes. This will allow your database user all privileges inside of the newly created database. Step 9, we want to start the WordPress install. So you'll go to your domain/wp-admin/install.php and click Create Configuration File. There is an option where you can create this file manually, but that is also outside of the scope of this tutorial. Step 10, prepare your database information. You want to make sure that we have our database name, username, password as we move on for the WordPress install. So click Let's Go once you have this information together. Step 11, enter the database information. Here you want to enter your database name, the username, the password that goes along with this, and then the final two fields for the database host and prefix, you can leave those alone unless you know what you're doing. Once you have the first three items entered in, go ahead and click Submit. Step 12, run the install. You are now presented with a screen where you can click Run the install, so do that. Step 13, configure the WordPress site settings. Here you want to enter in your site title, which will be 2 or 3 words that describe your site, and then the administrator username. In our example, we went with the WordPress standard, which is admin. And now you want to enter in the password that will be associated with your WordPress administrator account. And here you want to keep something strong and unique and protected. Once you have the password in, you want to enter in your email. This is where system notifications and password resets will be mailed to, so you want to make sure you have access to this information. The final box, you can decide if you want to allow your site to be indexed with Google, which most likely you want to say yes. Once you have all this entered in, click Install WordPress. Step 14, WordPress installation completion. Congratulations, you now have WordPress installed. So let's go ahead and click the Login button. Step 15, log into WordPress. You will now enter your WordPress administrator name and password, the one that goes with the WordPress install, and click Login. You will now be presented with your back end of the WordPress site where you can start configuring and adding blog posts. So congratulations. Step 16, visit the front end of your WordPress site. You can now type in your domain name and see what the front end of your website is. So congratulations, you have WordPress installed, so you can start building it the way you want.
All right, so that's how we installed WordPress at Bluehost using the standard WordPress installer. So as you saw, it wasn't too bad. If you found this video helpful, please like it here at YouTube and share it with your friends. And if you have any experience hosting with Bluehost, please leave a review at WordPressHostingReviews.com. It really helps the site and it helps others figure out what the best host for their next blog is. So thanks and good luck.